Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is The Witcher 2 Dark Mode Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the video that everybody's been waiting for, my obligatorily sped up looting of Vergen. So, unlike Flotsam, there is nothing specific in Vergen that you need to find off the bat that's going to give you any real advantage, so none of this will be slowed down, it will all be sped up, and I was tempted to just not show it and just tell you to loot, but sometimes, you know, I get the feeling that it's one of those things where if I were to take it out, somebody would need to know where something was that I inevitably got in that moment of the game. So when I do it this way, it might be super speed, it might sound ridiculous like chipmunks fucking, but at least you can pause it at the specific part or see a place you didn't know you could loot when you're watching and be like, yo, I've never been there, maybe if I go there I can get some cool stuff. So that's the motivation for keeping it in. And it gives me an opportunity to talk about some other things. And what I'm going to talk about is The Witcher 1. I am playing Witcher 1 on PC, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's not being as tough a transition as I thought because my bitchy wrists are handling the PC controls quite well rather than getting all achy, which sometimes happens because I don't spend that long with my hands in that position. I'm not a panther or something. But it's a really cool game and I would like to cover it, but I'm having problems with my computer at this moment in time, so I don't know if I will be. I did try running fraps, and what happens is my computer runs Witcher 1 on max settings. I put everything to as high as it went, and the frame rate is a solid 120, which is delicious. The only downside is because I'm a console gamer, it took me a couple of days to adjust because it kept making me sleepy with how nice the frame rate was. So it was quite tough on my eyes. But when I record, it immediately cuts it to 60 frames rather than 120. And it was fine when I recorded for about an hour, and then it tanked to 30 frames. So if I were to record it, I don't know if I'd have to lower the settings perhaps, or maybe change a few options. It's probably something I'll have to look into if I decide to do it or not. But when my computer's having CPU problems, which surprisingly enough never happen when I'm playing games, never happen when I'm editing, never happen when I'm rendering, only seem to happen when I access the fucking internet because it's so damn weird. You know, I need to sort that first and get a definite fix before I really mess too much with it. But another thing I've been looking at is emulating stuff. I really want to play God Hand, and I've got it for PlayStation 3 on the PlayStation Network, but the resolution on it offends me, and it makes it difficult for me to play for more than 10 minutes, which is no way to play a game. So I just don't play it, and it's a really fun game, and I'd like to cover it, because it's a game that beats me up. And any game that beats me up is a game I want to learn how to beat it up right back. So it'd be nice if I could do that. So I saw a video on YouTube, guy playing it in high definition 1080p, looked fucking delicious on an emulator, widescreen, everything looked great. So I procure a copy of the game, I put it through the emulator, and it looks kind of nice, looks kind of high def and everything seems fine, and as soon as it starts playing, the frame rate dies. It goes from, I think it's about 40 to 50 frames in the menus, everything seeming okay, to 26 frames, and the music and everything lagging so bad it is completely unplayable. And I have absolutely no idea why. Because I have Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, the Japanese edition, which is a much later game than God Hand, and it plays flawlessly at 60 frames per second. So it can't be my machine, it has to be something to do with the emulator, the settings, or the ROM, I don't know. And I was really hoping to be playing that now, but it just won't work, so I'm going to have to either sort that out or abandon it for good, because it's just really, really frustrating. But I mentioned in a previous video I've been getting really into wanting to play older games, because I've been watching speedrunners play, you know, games from my childhood that I haven't played in ages, and the only problem with stuff like that is, A, it's really difficult to capture, and B, when you fall in those holes, those like nostalgia holes, it can be a while since you climb out of them, and everything suffers then. And it's funny too because I ended up having an amazing drunken accident which involved technology being damaged but not being damaged as badly as the last time it happened, so there's a possibility I could have had to have, you know, swapped everything out anyway and been playing older games because my Xbox would have been fried, but I got really lucky and I'm still no closer to solving that mystery because I tweeted about essentially getting really, really drunk, sleepwalking, and pissing on my computer stand, or my TV stand, sorry. And the more I think about it, well, I should really be honest. I put the piss thesis forward because it was funnier, and I wanted to elicit a funny response on Twitter, which I did because everybody thought it was funny. We had a laugh, but it'd make more sense if it was a water that had been spilled. And you might be thinking, well, there's a pretty definitive difference between water and piss, and there is, believe you me. But I smelt this water, I smelt the room that this water was in, I even tasted this water because I thought, you know, fuck it, I might as well get a definitive answer, and it tasted like water. And when I contemplate what I drank the night before, there is almost no way on God's earth that it could have tasted or smelt like anything other than really, really alcoholic-y piss. So it's just the strangest mystery ever. And just the arrangement of this water is strange as well, because it doesn't make any sense how it wet one part but it didn't wet other parts, and certain areas were perfect and other areas were literally, you know, millimeters deep in a still pool of liquid. Like, it's the strangest mystery ever. It's up there with Stonehenge. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And the worst part about all of it is I have absolutely no memory of it because I was asleep. So it's just super bullshitty. But I dodged a bullet, and I don't have to get really deep into Devil May Cry 3 again, even though I quite enjoyed it the last time that happened. And as a lot of people have noticed, you know, my internet's been terrible, so my uploads have been slow. You know, I've not been playing many multiplayer stuff, so I've not been able to capture much multiplayer stuff because my internet is so bad at this moment in time. I get signed out of Xbox Live about 5 times every 10 minutes, and at some point I just stop signing back in. But the first world problems, guys, so don't pity me, you know. It's bullshit, it's just how it is. And we'll all live. So thanks for watching. Hopefully that wasn't too much of an obnoxious video of sped up nonsense. And as always, you take care now.